Predator Patio. Newsom turns Trump's Rose Garden into Predator Patio. Buckle up, guys, because Predator Patio isn't just a meme war. It's about humiliation. It's about power and the future of American politics. All right, guys, let's dive in. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me here on The Baseline. Hope you guys are having a great day, great night, great life. So, something's shifting right now. I mean, you can feel it, even if you can't quite put your finger on what to name it. Now, power doesn't just collapse quietly, it collapses loudly, desperately, with memes and tantrums. And that's exactly what we're watching. Donald Trump is unraveling in real time. Now, you've probably had that moment at work, right, where someone's losing control, and instead of fixing the actual problem, you see them double down. They double down on the chaos. And that's kind of what Trump is like today. Now, here's the twist to it all, because it's not late night comics that are landing these blows. It's Gavin Newsom, California's governor, walking into Trump's digital playground and roasting him alive, guys, and calling it Predator Patio. Now, if you're here watching this, you're probably not the type of person that's just scrolling headlines. You're part of the group that refuses to be gaslit. You're awake to how the game is played and you're watching. And Trump's empire of fear, it's collapsing underneath the weight of all of this ridicule. And if I can ask you guys just to think about this, right? Trump promised grocery prices would drop in a day. You guys remember that? Families trying to stretch paychecks believed him. And now beef is up, bacon's up, orange juice is going through the roof. And instead of solutions, Trump is posting Hunger Games memes and opening some sad exclusive club on the concrete where the Rose Garden used to be. Predator Patio. Admission price? Just prove you're on the Epstein list. That's literally Newsom's line. And what are the stakes here? Here are the stakes, right? For us. When leaders play theater instead of policy, we all pay twice. First at the checkout line, then in the loss of trust that makes democracy work in the very first place. Now, Trump even posted a meme called Chipocalypse Now, a riff off Apocalypse Now, you know, planes dropping Agent Orange, but instead of Vietnam, it's Chicago. And his caption is, "I love the smell of deportations in the morning." Now, guys, that's not edgy, right? That's authoritarian cosplay. He's testing the waters. You know, he's probably saying to himself, what if I normalize the military in the United States streets? And, you know, Newsom fired back. You know, don't get numb to this either, because even Megyn Kelly's professional, right? And she had to say this on her show, you know, you literally can't just send troops into random cities. It's unconstitutional. Now, when Trump loses Megyn Kelly, that's not strategy. That might be time to panic, right? But let's try to be real for a moment. Like Predator Patio, that sounds less like a White House club and more like the world's worst Olive Garden spinoff. Welcome today to Predator Patio. Today's special is corruption, Carvana. You just can't make this stuff up. And J.D. Vance, he's chiming in saying, you can't mimic Trump's style. But Newsom, he's pretty much saying, like, I'm not mimicking Dozy Don, I'm mocking him. Only someone with a law degree from Chuck E. Cheese would say otherwise. Now, Newsom saying that, honestly, guys, that was pretty brutal. And J.D. Vance went from couch boy to punchline overnight. Now, here's why this matters. Because most people are just scrolling headlines. They're thinking politics is background noise. But if you've stayed with me this far, you've seen the pattern, right? Trump is projecting strength while bleeding support. His promises are collapsing. You know, I mean, even his own rallies are getting quieter. Meanwhile, Newsom's strategy isn't just jokes. He's collecting receipts. He pulled up statistics. California's #1 in agriculture, #1 in manufacturing, startups, #1 Fortune 500 companies. Now, Iowa Congresswoman Ashley Hinson tried to dunk on California, and Newsom just dunked right back with the math. So, you know, you're not crazy for seeing through the noise here, because you're part of the 10% who sees the emperor has no clothes. But the kicker to all of this is this, right? Trump now says prices won't actually get better until 2027. Now, why? Why 2027? Why would he say that far out? Because it sets up the perfect scapegoat, doesn't it? Like, if Democrats retake Congress, he'll just blame them. And he's laying the foundation for failure before it actually happens. But here's the question. And I want you guys to sit with this. If Trump's already shifting the blame 3 years into the future, what does that tell us about his present, our present, and about the real plan behind the memes and the Predator Patio photo ops? Because stick with me, guys. It's so insane how this all goes, right? Because the outrage is starting to get obvious. Trump, you know, he mocks women reporters, calling them darling, while ducking questions about invading Chicago. Trump's people, you know, cheering Diet Cokes while millions lose health care. This is what collapse looks like. Leaders living in memes while workers live in this reality. But here's the hope, right? Ridicule can work. Like, remember how dictators crumble? Not when people debate them seriously, but when people start to laugh at them. And Newsom, you know, he's flipping the script. He's not perfect, obviously, but at least he's fighting back. And humor's resistance, receipts as weapons, that's contagious. And here's where you guys come in, because every time you see through this circus, you get stronger. We all get stronger. And every time we call out the Predator Patio nonsense, you're refusing to be numbed, no matter what team you're on, right? So yes, challenges lie ahead. Groceries still hurt. Bills are still climbing, and politicians are still playing games. But you're awake, and that's a great thing, because you're not waiting until 2027 to demand better. You're already stronger than 90% of the people, because we can see this clearly. This isn't just Newsom versus Trump. This is about all of us refusing to let our future be decided by memes and tantrums. And that, my friends, is how we all win as a society, as a constituency. So stick around. In the next episode, we're going to show you why Trump's Predator Patio meltdown isn't just a joke. It's a preview of the chaos he's planning if he's able to cling to power. And once you see it, you're never going to unsee it. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on the Baseline. Let me know. You guys think I have this all right, all wrong? Drop your comment in the section below. I read them all, I answer them all back, and I value your guys' opinion. Thanks again for joining me on the Baseline, and cheers, everybody.